In a studio that's in a basement comes the epic story of how two friends changed the future of the movie podcast game forever. The reviews are in. Boys Life magazine gives the High Sci podcast 4.5 acorns. The Daily Bugle says, these guys are super legit. And Pope Francis declares the podcast as life-affirming. From the kid who tried to get smart with David Spade and got fucking old.
You're still out. You're still bad.
And the guy who can name all four Baldwin brothers.
Alec, William, Daniel, and the baby boy, Stephen.
Live from the studio of his parents' basement. The Have You Seen It podcast.
Welcome back to the Have You Seen It podcast. My name is Mason Knight. Sitting across from me is the one and only Cash Kraus. Cash, how are you today?
I'm doing pretty good. It's a good day in Washington because the rains have fallen.
They have fallen here, and we went from hazardous to unhealthy.
To just unhealthy. To just unhealthy.
A step up, though.
Yeah, that's a pretty good. That is pretty good. Yeah.
Air quality conditions here. So
yeah, I think I've gotten used to the smoke over the days because I came out today thinking, oh, this air is breathing heavy, even though then I learned that there was still heavy smoke in there.
Yes, there was.
But thank God, I mean, it's got to be good for the fires, right?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. It feels a little humid today, though.
It was humid today.
My glasses are already fogging
Well, for sure,
up.
because we had lightning and thunder, right?
Yeah, we did.
And that's always a
sign
of humidity, yeah. But yeah, lightning and thunder early. Actually, lightning and thunder, why I was watching this film, which was very, very fitting.
Yeah. You're like, what is going on? Is this a tall
I kind of loved
sign?
it. I kind of loved it. It was like 4D.
There you go. More immersed into the film overall.
Yeah, it made me feel like I was there. Like I was there in that small South Korean hamlet.
Right.
Which you don't want to be.
Oh, no.
You want to be anywhere else.
Yeah.
Anywhere else.
This little village where this crazy shit is happening.
And, of course, we are talking about, because it is Foreign Film Friday.
It is Foreign Film Friday.
And I am so excited to talk about this film. We are talking about The Wailing, South Korean horror film.
And a shameless plug here. If you have not watched our trailer reaction to this, we just dropped it 2 days ago, where you and I were freaking out about the trailer.
We dropped it so
like,
recently,
Yeah, we were like, we have to watch it. We have to review it. Well, it's here already in our Foreign Film Friday, and I know you're just as excited as I am to talk about this film.
I could not be happier. I could not be happier. I'm so glad that I decided to start my spoopy season off with this fucking horror film, because this type of horror film just makes you want to watch more and more horror film, because it is a good horror film.
Oh, it's so well
and
done.
It makes you want to watch other really, really good horror films.
Yes.
But yeah, I was blown. It's literally one of my favorite horror films of all time.
Mm-hmm.
I fucking loved this film. So scary, so well written. All the characters I felt seemed so realistic.
And I love the lead in this. I thought he was so charismatic in for such a horrifically scary film. It was funny.
There
were so many moments in this movie where I was like, "Oh, that's funny." Well, where I'm laughing.
Yeah, and that is, the telltale sign of a good horror film is it's just not horror. It's a bit of everything. Mm-hmm. It's a little pieces of everything. But yeah, you could almost categorize it as a dark comedy.
In some elements,
if it wasn't so damn dark,
scary.
yeah, and there wasn't. But towards the beginning, for sure, there is some funny scenes, and the most realistic portrayal of just humans beings when something crazy happens.
Exactly. Yep.
These people, when something crazy happens, they are frozen. They are
frozen in fear, or even like just screaming, like, what the fuck is going on?
Even though they are trained police officers, and that is so refreshing for me.
It's so awesome.
Because in so many times you'll see in a horror film, people will be seeing this insane stuff, and they don't act accordingly. They act like they see it all the time or whatever, and they act like they immediately go back to whatever their job. If they're a cop, they immediately become a super cop or something like that. But these cops are they're not good cops.
No, they're not.
By any stretch. But they're realistic. They're small town cops. This is exactly how I think something like this would go down. Two small town cops. Well, and no cop is training for this anyways, even if you're a big city cop.
Absolutely not. one of the funniest moments of this film, like talking about the humor aspect that's also horrifying at the same time, was when the thunder and lightning are going on and they're in the police station and then they see the woman appear and they're hiding under the desk screaming at one another.
Yeah, that's immediately when I'm
It's
like,
just
oh
so
my God,
funny.
this film is so well written. These
Yes.
characters are so
Perfect.
so fleshed out and realistic. Yeah, and even when he's telling him the story in the police station, and he's telling him the story about the guy who fell while he was hiking, the hunter, and then he saw the very scary scene. Then he saw the Japanese man.
Eating a dead
deer,
or
yeah.
a carcass, yeah.
And but immediately the cop is like, "Oh, you ignorant bastard! How could you believe that?" In any other horror film, I feel like they would immediately believe it.
Yep.
They immediately go, "Oh my God, we gotta."
the craziest story. We gotta
Immediately, this
investigate.
guy, this guy says exactly what I was thinking. Like, "Oh, how stupid could you be to believe this?" Then it's that fucking comedy is cut with them seeing the naked woman, and it's fucking like you said though. The reaction is so fucking realistic. It adds so much more too, and it adds a lot more. It's culturally different, I know, but when none of these cops have guns,
Yeah.
so it adds a like another layer of like tension or like threat.
well,
When
yeah,
you
because
know-
the threat is
when
bigger.
you know they can't. And another really realistic scene is when they go to the fire and the woman just stabbed her family. And the cop gets attacked by the
Yeah.
woman, and he's freaking
Yeah,
out,
he's
and
trying
everyone
to
else
fight
is
her off.
freaking out. No,
And then they make fun of him at the police
Yeah,
station, saying he's
exactly.
got the smallest balls in the world.
but in the U.S., that woman would have been shot
oh yeah, instantly.
immediately. But because they don't have any guns or anything like that. I mean, she's able to live and whatnot. But yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking. I'm like, oh my God, dude, a woman attacks a cop in the fucking U.S. after she just killed her entire family. Everyone on the force
Is shooting at least
just
7
pumping
rounds.
and then
Yeah,
and then
7 to 10
reloading.
rounds. Yeah. And then shooting the corpse.
Without and they don't need any kind of
No,
reference.
there's
at
not
all.
even a report written up afterwards. It's like, hey, look, she was crazy. She came
Yeah,
after us.
exactly. But
That's,
I loved for a Westerner at least, it takes a while to get used to that. To knowing like, oh, why is he not just taking out his gun and just fucking popping?
Yeah,
Because
exactly.
if this was an American film, the cop would have had a gun out the entire time.
Yep.
His entire time, the gun
Oh,
would have
of
been
course.
drawn. And
Yeah.
instead, he's got to deal with it in the different ways, which is never. It's never pretty.
It's never fun
He never
for that
knows how to
guy
do it.
either.
It seems like he wishes he had a gun a lot of the time.
Yeah.
But I love that. Yeah, I love the main character.
Yeah, I
He
love
was so good.
the lead in this, and I will butcher the pronunciation, but Kwok Do Wan,
Yeah.
phenomenal actor. Like every scene, the comedy scenes, the horror elements, him, with the kind of the side plot with him, cheating on his wife and taking his daughter out and bribing her essentially. It was just so many of those elements, like just believing he was a family man, but also dealing with other things. Like it was so. Like, the best word I can use to describe it was believable.
Yeah, and
he was awesome.
And at first, it was much more comedic, so I really wasn't sure if he was going to be able to have that range.
That transition.
Man,
Yeah.
he has that
Yes, he
fucking... He
does.
seemed like this almost comedic dad type, But, man, did he have fucking range. In this film, 2 hours and 37 minutes, very long for a horror film.
It is.
But the writing justifies it.
Oh, entirely. And I'm so glad you brought that up because 2 hours and 37 minutes or 36, I sat through it and was like, oh my God. Like when it was done, I was like, this movie could not have been any shorter. It didn't need to be any longer.
Yeah.
It was just right. It was just what it needed to be.
The pacing is so phenomenal. It's
Yes.
crazy. There's not a letdown moment. Every time you think you're winding down, something fucking crazy happens. Either he has a crazy dream or something. I'll tell you. So let's talk about the premise. The premise is pretty much this guy. He's a cop in this small town village in South Korea. This like mountain village or something. And this guy comes to town, Japanese. And at first you're thinking, oh, this is a movie about racism. It
Right.
definitely
Yeah.
seems like that. Like, oh, they get, because I don't know how much you know about South Koreans, but they don't like Japanese very much. Unfortunately, there's not more than Chinese people. Chinese people really don't like Japanese people. It's pretty well known. But yeah, so I'm immediately thinking, oh my God, they think that this guy else because he's Korean or else because he's Japanese, he's carrying this disease and stuff. Like he comes to town and they immediately suspect that if something goes wrong, they immediately expect it's this outsider.
Well, and this guy is constantly at crime scenes. He's constantly in the back.
Very
looking
odd.
Around, and
Yeah.
it is an
Not only that, but a ton of people have stories about him.
Yes.
There's the hunter, and then the story about the woman getting raped.
Yep.
But at first, you think it seems like this is all in people's minds. Like they're like at first,
Well, there's plausible deniability because like the hunter hit his head.
exactly. And at first, I was thinking like, oh, he was mean to this woman, and then this woman just went on and said, "Oh, this Japanese man, he raped me and all this." So at first, I'm thinking, "Oh my god, this guy? He's like they're gonna end up killing this guy. It's a witch hunt."
Yeah.
Like they're gonna end up fucking killing this guy, and he's got nothing to do with it. And I thought the water was just gonna be poisoned or something like that. But oh my god, dude. What's
It
this
turns
Japanese man, and the actor who plays this Japanese man is fucking insane. This movie is so that's the premise. This crazy stuff happens, and they're all trying to figure it out, and they're all kind of slowly blaming this Japanese guy. But eventually, the cop's daughter, who is a phenomenal child actor, the relationship
she
between
is.
her and her dad seems
So
so real and
organic.
authentic.
Yeah.
Exactly. When they're like at first when she's like taking her out to like bribe her not to tell and
Yep.
everything like that, and they're just the dialogue they have between each other, they feel like real father and daughter. It's
they do.
it's amazing. But then that girl's fucking range later on when she's possessed and all that is insane, dude. It's unbelievable when she's telling her parents she's gonna kill them all. And
Well, in the delivery of those lines where she's calling her father, fucking this,
an
or that.
asshole and
Yeah.
shit like
It
that.
says, "God damn you, getting up my ass about things and walking away like as an
Yeah,
adult."
and it starts
and you're
so
like,
slow.
"Whoa."
Yeah. And
Yeah.
she's not like a teenager.
No, she's like
she's
a
like
child.
11 or
Yeah.
something like that. So it's nothing like that. It's something like she's going through it's not like she's going through changes like she's a teenager or anything like that. She's just a kid, and something's wrong. They immediately know, like you can tell they immediately know that she's not normal, and she starts eating fish, and they're like, and she's
And not
eating
a
a ton.
normal, yeah, I was gonna say not a normal amount of fish. You're talking a ton of fish, more fish than I could eat, more fish than both of us could eat combined.
Oh,
It
yeah,
was a
absolutely,
very
yeah.
alarming.
She's a healthy girl. She's a very healthy
She
girl.
likes her fish.
She likes
Getting
her
that
fish.
protein.
Yeah.
Getting that protein.
But that's what this movie, man. I could not figure out the path this movie was taking.
Yeah,
At first, I'm thinking, it's like it's a zombie, like it's a start of a zombie apocalypse or something. And now it's like how this small town out started here, and they blame this Japanese man. I'm thinking, man, this is a bad time to be a Japanese man.
You're feeling for the guy a little bit. Well, I mean, it was very weird though when the police officer and his partner and the not the priest but the deacon show up to his place of living, and they find all those photos and this
looks
weird
very bad.
altar, and it doesn't look
And
good.
the black dog, like a very scary, very odd dog. Yeah, but then they're like, the guy's a ghost. You're thinking, my God, this guy, I'm like, I've never had full conversations with ghosts and stuff.
No.
And people seem to like, except they do it. It's shot so well, and we got to give credit to the director. The director,
Hong Jin Na.
directed by Hong Jin. Yeah, he is I got to go and go through his filmography, because how they play it and how they outshot, how like no one ever like touches the ghost or anything like that forever. Like at first the guy tells him, oh, he's a ghost, and then everyone's like thinking, fuck, I don't think you can talk to a ghost. And everyone's like, well, but no one touched him or anything like that, so they have no proof that he's not a ghost. And that's pretty much the thinking, is the entire village just think that this man blew in the fucking town, and he's a ghost just fucking with shit. But everyone fucking believes it, because it's still like a very old school culture.
Yep.
Where they have to get this city shaman to come in.
And that shaman too.
So yeah.
Bad news, and that's what was so good. This film kept throwing you for a loop over and over and over.
You would never know the role this shaman was going to take.
Nope, no idea.
That scene is so good when they're having like the shaman off.
Awesome.
It was so well shot, and and then the Japanese man, and then at this point, that he's not a fucking ghost because he went to the market and he bought like chickens and shit. Yep. I'm like, unless this
he's haggling for the price. It's so funny. He's like, no,
this is the most boring ghost of all fucking time.
Doesn't have anything better to do. It's just like, I'm gonna go shop for some chickens.
But I can't. I mean, ghosts don't make great money. I gotta haggle.
They don't.
I gotta
haggle
her
a
down.
little bit.
I gotta haggle. But yeah, when they're having like the hex off, the death hex or whatever like that, and they're going back and forth. And he almost dies. But the fucking dad, dude.
Well, you know, to be fair, his daughter really wanted him to stop that Xing.
Yeah, man, the convulsions.
Yeah, pretty gruesome. And then at one time, I think her spine broke.
Yeah,
it didn't sound pretty when she was contorting her body like that.
Yeah, it's so well done. I'm still blown away by it. All the set pieces, all like when they first find that first guy, and the first guy that kills his whole family, and he's just sitting there, his eyes all, and they like find his house or whatever, and he built like a nest. Yeah, remember? It's like,
that was really creepy.
It was so that's something fucking weird.
It was so weird that it worked. Like that's something you did not. You don't hardly ever see in a horror film like that.
No, it's like high strangeness. It's like I mean, you never see the guy in like the nest,
never,
because then it'd be silly.
Yeah, exactly.
But you just seeing this nest and not knowing
was
like how
creepy.
It's fucking horrifying.
And then you started looking at that, and I started going at like thinking about like demonic mythology and stuff, and I'm like, what does this represent? What does this mean?
A bird creature?
Yeah, it's like it's just like a bird demon or something. It was just a very odd thing to do, but it worked. It worked because when it's revealed, you're kind of in awe, like what the fuck is going on?
And right when you think it's going one way, it fucking veers off and goes a completely different direction.
Well, and I had no idea that the rock girl in the beginning, when they're both sitting there and she's throwing rocks.
Yeah, that was a funny scene too.
It was a hilarious scene.
Okay, now you're pissing me off. She's like getting progressively closer, like
And then she said that she witnessed that murder, right? And then he goes and walks away, and I'm like, dude, don't walk away. You know she's going to be gone. And sure enough, she was gone.
Well, he was all pumped. I got a witness.
Yeah, he's got a witness.
And again, he's not a very good cop.
No, he's not. But those were funny moments, too, because every time to the police chief, he's like, oh, what? Now it's your daughter? After it was his mother-in-law?
And
he goes, I'm
serious.
serious. Yeah, because he's always late.
I know and it's not like a thing where it was never like evident that he did something like really wrong, you know? That's what it was different, where it's not like you found out early on that he was like a murderer or anything like that.
No.
I mean, yeah, he cheated on his wife, I guess, or
yeah, he did.
But still, you know, that wasn't the reason why this demon or whatever took. It was that's what I loved about it, was this demon is just pure evil. Yep. He just fucking blows into town, you know?
Well, and I love the fish.
I don't want to spoil too much, but.
Yeah. And I love the fish analogy that they use in this film, you know, where they say that he doesn't look for prey. It's like fishing. It's where you throw in your line and whatever bites. You don't know what kind of fish you're going to catch, do you?
Yeah.
And this ghost doesn't know what he's going to catch. He just threw out the bait and your daughter took it.
Exactly. And he'll take anyone. It doesn't matter if you're a kid, because throughout the village he's taken, and that's again something I love so much about it. It was completely random.
Yep.
He makes the man kill his whole family, then
that's
he makes the woman
scarier.
kills. Oh, absolutely.
Because it's just completely random.
Yeah. But those demon scenes when in the dream, like when he's having the second dream and he's at the house or whatever, and he sees the guy and he's like, what the fuck? And the guy's eating him. And then his like
eyes are red.
And he slowly starts walking and the guy's tripping over everything and shit like that. So good. And then he wakes up from the dream and the family are just like,
no, the wife comes in. She's like, what kind of shit did you do to have a dream like that? And I thought it was so funny. She was so casual about it, too, just laying down the groceries.
They didn't care at all. And it happened like 4 different days.
It did. Right.
And it's like his room and then the dining room.
Yep.
It's one room over. So every time they're just trying to eat their meals, but the dad's
like freaking out, yelling.
But yeah, man, I loved it.
Yeah,
I loved it. The fucking, I don't want to give too much, but I love the ending so much. I love the whole design of the demon.
Oh my god, it was awesome,
creepy, and it wasn't over the top.
Nope.
It was so it was just so convincing. It was just so perfect for what it wanted to do.
Well,
give you this weird like ancient evil kind of feeling.
And even the tunnel too, even the underground,
the cave, like weird cave system.
Perfect. Because it grew to that eeriness, and I love the way it was revealed too.
Yeah, and
that's the best part.
And it's gonna be hard because I want to talk about this last scene. But I don't want to give too much away. But the scene when the deacon comes in at the end and he's like, "Are you gonna leave?" And he's like, "If you're not a devil, then I will leave." He goes, "Well, maybe I won't let you leave." And then he starts to fucking grow, and he brings the camera up because through the pictures they said he was able to control people or something like that.
Yep.
And he brings the camera up and he slowly starts morphing into this fucking horrifying practical, no CGI,
No,
nothing.
it looked awesome.
No CGI at all in this, in the blood or anything like that. It was so perfect, but yeah, and he grows into this horrifying man. Like,
and we come to find out too that the shaman that they hired
pretty early on, you find out that
he's no bueno too.
That's one more scene I got to talk about. Is the scene where the shaman runs into the girl who we end up finding out is
actually like an angel.
That's what I was thinking too. Like, but again, like it's so up to you whether what you think these people are.
Yeah.
Like she's a ghost or something, but she seems so human, and she grabs his hand at one point.
But did you notice when she grabbed his hand how gray she was?
Oh yeah, well I mean she's not right.
No.
And he gave a really weird look too when he grabbed her. He just goes, and he kind of freaks out.
Freaking out.
So, but when the
you're cold.
Yeah,
Let me go.
When the shaman runs in and his mouth and nose start pouring blood.
That was the coolest thing.
How do they do that? I want to see the behind the scenes.
It's
well, I mean, I understand it's probably
it's
piping
a tube,
and a tube that goes, but still, I mean, it's incredible effect. Yeah. It's an incredible effect.
And that is something I can honestly say, like any horror film ever, I have never seen that, and I love that too.
Well, that's what
I love that effect.
They had so many good practical scares that I hadn't seen before.
Yeah.
That I loved.
And that one was one that I'd never seen before. But I love it too because even the presence of the shaman into this, and that's why I kind of like the whole, and for me, this is how I interpreted the film, but kind of as the angel in this like demonic presence, it couldn't even be in the presence of this thing. And that's why it started bleeding profusely from the nose and vomiting that it had to leave. I thought it was really cool.
It was really well done. That whole effect of it, like before. It starts pouring blood and then like pus and like vomit blood that it changes color, but it's pouring gallons,
it's dripping down the road too, man. It's just like wow.
And that's how you know immediately that guy, I mean, is not right because you think he'd have to take a day off,
work. Yeah. That's a lot of blood to be losing in the old noggin too.
But man, yeah, I really, and then the guy comes later and you still see like the water and the puddle of like blood and vomit that he threw up. It's still there and it's a giant fucking stream. But yeah, so good. That effect was amazing. And that shaman, I didn't think that shaman was a demon. I just thought he was a demon's helper.
Yeah.
Like he sold his soul or something to be able to help this guy.
No, I didn't think it was a demon, but I knew it was in cahoots with
the
demon.
Japanese guy was a legit demon.
A demon, yeah.
Most likely the devil.
The devil himself.
Yeah.
Well,
I loved it. I love that twist that he ended up actually being the bad guy. Instead of you just thinking, because when he gets thrown off the cliff and, you know, they run him over.
Yeah.
You think he's some poor... Because that scene's so done when he gets the gang together to kill him. They got like branches.
They're chasing him.
And then the zombie comes out, and the zombie is super but he's like in the forest, like controlling the zombie. Yeah. He's just like in like a tree, like a block away or something, just like kind of weaving in and out for the zombie. So well done. Yeah. And then I thought they were just going to kill him, and they're going to find out that that's just a Japanese guy came to retire. Because remember, the police chief is like, oh, I heard those rumors too. He's like, I heard he was actually just a professor, a renowned professor. So it really, it fucks with you.
It does. That's for
It messes with you.
Yeah.
It's a crazy
It's
movie.
a great film.
It
and
is.
honestly, like, I agree with that. It is one of the best horror films I've seen in at least 5 years.
Oh,
Seriously.
yeah, absolutely.
Like, yeah.
It's going to go on my top 10 list apps for horror films without a doubt. Because it's so, and it's not even like, I love slow burns. It's not even a slow burn.
Just because it is so perfectly paced.
It gets going immediately. I mean, it starts off immediately and then it doesn't let up.
No.
And when there's like a half an hour left, you're thinking, fuck, where are they going to take this?
How are they going to wrap this up? And do it well, too.
Yeah, the shaman's leaving town. You think, oh, fuck, man, this is over. But then you check, and there's another half hour left. But it ends up wrapping up so perfectly, man. So devastating, too.
We'll talk about this in closing, too, some of the statistics. This film was made for only $8 million. Can you believe that?
Yeah, I believe it. I mean, that's what every budget for a film should be. If you need to any reason to not have to have a $30 million budget, go and watch a film like this.
Yeah, I mean, if you don't want superstars, A-list celebrities,
you don't need it.
Well, you don't. No, there's plenty of great actors out there who don't.
Yeah,
that you don't have to hire those people. But this film was very well received. $51.3 million at the box office.
I know, it did very well. Yeah. Pretty good. And this film, it came out, what year did it come out?
2016.
So it hasn't been out super long. But
no, 4 years ago.
Man, this is, I'm adding it to my Halloween list, my horror list. I'm adding it to something. I'll have to watch it every year now.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
After I watched it, I went on Rotten Tomato and saw the score for this. It was 99%.
Yeah, I did see
81
that.
reviews.
Yeah.
That's insane because you can never please them.
No.
I mean, to get a 99%, you can never please someone.
And horror films.
Yeah.
That might be the highest rated horror film
of all time. It has to be.
I don't even know. I can't even imagine what Night of the Living Dead, maybe. I don't know what other film. But yeah, it was nominated and won a ton of awards. Nominated for a ton of Bull Film Awards, Blue Dragon Awards.
Of course,
we
yeah.
have seen those before. Won a lot. Should have been nominated for an Oscar for Best Foreign of 2016.
How was it not?
I don't know.
That's what makes no sense to me. I don't know how it wasn't.
Yeah, I don't know either. But yeah, just the performances and everything.
Jun Kunimura
Was the Japanese guy.
Yes, was the Japanese guy. That was his first South Korean film in 35 years of acting.
That's insane.
Because he was in like Kill Bill Volume 1. So he's been in a lot of
Really?
stuff.
Who's he playing Kill Bill?
He was Boss Tanaka.
Oh, the samurai, the guy who she buys the samurai sword from. Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So he's a legit. But has he been in Japanese stuff?
Yes, a lot of Japanese stuff.
So that's awesome, man. That's cool. He killed it.
Oh, yeah.
Very unassuming. I think he's just some nice old Japanese man.
Well, not the case.
Sometimes your instincts are right.
And sometimes they're dead ass wrong.
Your instincts are telling you, get a gang of guys together and go kill the old Japanese man to rid the village of a demon. And most of the time, you are wrong.
Well, I would say 99.9%.
Yes, but that 0.1%,
you better be ready to
you're
go.
going to be a goddamn hero.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely. You better be ready to pull the trigger. Because that's what we saw is these guys had the chance and they couldn't do it.
No. And then he starts breaking down on the rock, too.
Yeah. That's so good.
It's
you
such a
recommend
good
it?
movie. Oh, to anyone, anywhere, anytime. Absolutely. This film was awesome. I enjoyed this quite a bit. And this was one, unfortunately, I had to pause once or twice, too, and go do a few things.
Yeah.
And so this is a movie I'll definitely go back and watch the whole thing in one sitting because it's awesome.
But I'd show it to anyone because, I mean, like you said, yeah, I usually don't say it, but I'd really show this to anyone because I feel like anyone will be just so attached to this film from the get-go. You're hooked. I mean, it sinks in, and then you're in there for the entire 2 hours and 37 minutes.
Well, it was directed by Na Hong Jin, but also written, too. He also wrote this film, wrote the screenplay.
We might have to go back and go through his filmography.
Yeah, at this rate, yeah. And he's made quite a few.
Yeah.
I mean, at least short films, too, as well.
If he's made any other horror films, I got to go watch it.
Watch him.
And I got to look for the main guy, too, the guy that was in it. I got to look for him also.
Yes, Kwak Do Wan.
Kwak Do Wan, yeah, because he was phenomenal.
Yes, he was.
Good comedic timing as well.
Great comedic timing.
All right, well, that's all I got for The Wailing.
As do I. Great film. Highly recommend. Okay, he's in Steel Rain and Steel Rain 2. Someone wanted us to react to those, so in the comment section, so we might have to do that.
Absolutely.
Now that we know he stars in it. Alrighty, well, that is our review for the Wailing. If you guys like what you're seeing here, you're watching on YouTube, please be sure to like this video, comment below, subscribe to the channel, hit that bell notification as we drop videos here every single day. If you want to check out our podcast in audio format, Spotify, iTunes, SoundCloud, Google Play, and Stitcher. Social media pages, Twitter, Seen It Podcast. Cash is on Twitter. That's just Cash. Instagram, Have You Seen It? Facebook, Have You Seen It Podcast. Thank you so much for watching and listening. My name is Mason Knight. That is Cash Krause. And until next time.
Bye.